Yo, what's good YouTube? I'm back with another reaction video, and we got 10 NBA legends, Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, prevented from winning a title. Now I know this video gotta be a good one. We about to get straight into this video, man. Subscribe if you're new, hit that like button, turn on that bell, man. I'm uploading I'm uploading every single day, and yeah, we about to get straight into this video, man. Yeah, no, this is definitely got to be good. Y'all got some videos you want me to do? Definitely leave them down in the comments down below. And yeah, we definitely got some food games coming, so definitely look out for that. But let's get straight into the video.
Bird and Magic, two of the most iconic rivalries in NBA history. From their college days coming into the league the same season, the pair of superstars helped carry the league from a rocky mid to late 70s to a global multi-billion-dollar industry. With popularity, fame, and cultural influences soaring into the later decades, the two won a combined 8 of 10 championships throughout the 80s. With their super teams, the big three of Magic, Kareem, and Worthy, Bird, McHale, and Parrish, other stars on weaker teams had no chance in overcoming the Lakers and Celtics. How's it going, guys? My name's Wilson. Today, we'll take a look at 10 NBA legends who couldn't get past Magic's Lakers or Bird's Celtics in the 80s. A lot of these guys often gets forgotten over time. Starting with the Iceman George Gervin of the San Antonio Spurs. The 4-time scoring champion was at the prime of his career during the late 70s and early 80s. After spending his first 4 seasons in the ABA, his Spurs made the postseason every year until 1984, capturing 5 division titles their first 7 seasons. Fell to Moses Malone's Rockets twice in 80 and 81. Gervin was the lone all-star on his team most years, led the league averaging over 32 points in the 82 season, doing things ahead of his time at 6'7", can put the ball in the hoop from everywhere on the floor. After beating the Seattle Sonics in the semis, led by his 27-point average, teammate Mike Mitchell's 24 and 8, the second option, standing in his way the 57-win Lakers. In a high-scoring affair, Gervin did average 32 points, 8 rebounds, over 5 assists, Mitchell 26 a game, but Showtime averaged 121 points, led by Norm Nixon, Kareem, and Bob McAdoo. All three averaged over 20. Magic nearly put up a triple-double. San Antonio kept it close every game until getting outscored every fourth quarter in the series sweep. The team just didn't have enough firepower against 3 All-Stars, 2 former MVPs in McAdoo and Jabbar, a future MVP in Magic. The Lakers went on to win the title over the Sixers that season. The very next year, San Antonio traded for 33-year-old All-Star center Artis Gilmore. Gervin averaged over 26, Mitchell 20, Gilmore 18 and 12 for 53 wins. The Iceman and point guard Johnny Moore combined for averaging over 55 points in the series win against the Nuggets. San Antonio averaged 133 points those 5 games, their biggest test against Showtime. After splitting the series in LA, Magic had a triple-double in Game 3. 3 other Lakers scored 20 plus. Gervin acquired 15. In Game 4, LA just had too much Showtime, led by Magic's 31 points, 17 assists. But back in San Antonio for Game 6, the Lakers limited Gervin. Mitchell stepped up, Spurs down 1 final seconds. Mitchell went on to miss the shot as time ran out. So did San Antonio's title dreams in the 80s. Gervin wouldn't win another playoff series, traded to the Bulls in 85, retired in 86 at 33 years old. Gilmore retired after 88. Both Hall of Famers and ABA legends just couldn't beat the Lakers. 3 players from the Milwaukee Bucks, 2 guards Sidney Moncrief, small forward Marcus Johnson, and center Bob Lanier. Moncrief's one of the most underrated players all time. Drafted 5th overall in the 79 class, the 5-time All-Star made the postseason every year of his career. Milwaukee relocated to the Eastern Conference in 81, won 60 games that season, but fell to Dr. J's Sixers in the semis, a heartbreaking 1-point loss in Game 7. The East was actually the better conference than the West back then. Coached by head coach Don Nelson, Milwaukee would go on to lose to Philly again the following year, swept Boston in 83, lost to the Sixers for the 3rd straight season. Moncrief won back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year in 83 and 84, the first ever to win the award. Made 5 total All-NBA teams, 5 defensive teams. Marcus Johnson, 3 All-NBA teams, both became 5-time All-Stars. Flash forward to 84, Milwaukee made the conference finals, but Lanier was on his last legs. The lineup of Johnson, Moncrief, Junior Bridgman, Mike Dunleavy, and Lanier were no match for Bird Celtics. After falling in 5, Johnson alongside Bridgman and Harvey Catchings were traded to the Clippers for Terry Cummings, Craig Hodges, and Ricky Pierce. Johnson's Clippers were so bad, he called them the JV team of LA, had no chance making the playoffs, unfortunately suffered a serious career-ending neck injury which sidelined him for almost 3 seasons, came back 10 games with Golden State in 89 but wasn't enough. while Moncrief, the leader of the 80s Bucks, enjoyed a couple more great years, with Cummings led the franchise to the third best winning percentage of the decade behind the Lakers and Celtics, as amazing defensively as any guard for his era, eliminated rookie Jordan in 85 before being swept by the Sixers. Milwaukee won 57 games in 86, knocked off New Jersey, overcame their demons, finally edging out Philly in the classic 7-game series, but the damage was already done, with Moncrief playing with an injured foot, had sore knees, swept by the Celtics, was slowing down, missed more than half the regular season games in 87, went from a 20-point score to averaging under 12. Moncrief and the Bucks had a golden opportunity in the semis against Spurs Celtics, a classic 7-game series. Cummings averaged 23 a game, Moncrief 21, but Bird 30, 10, and 7. Milwaukee had a 1-point lead going into the fourth in the final game, looking to come back from a 3-1 deficit, blew an 8-point lead with 6 minutes left. A heartbreaking defeat. The team fell out of contention the year after. Moncrief was getting older and slowing down, one of the best players to never make the finals. The 80s Bucks never missed the postseason or won less than 42 games, winning an average of 52.2 games from 80 to 89, the most overlooked team in NBA history. Great to see Moncrief finally make the Basketball Hall of Fame in 2019. Alex English of the Denver Nuggets, the most prolific scorer in the 80s under legendary head coach Doug Moe's high-power offense, the 6'7" small forward made the playoffs every year from 82 to 90, had high-scoring forward Kiki Vandeweghe and center Dan Issel from the early to mid-80s. English had his most successful season in 85 alongside Calvin Nat and point guard Fat Lever. After knocking off San Antonio and Utah, Denver played at an insane pace, averaged over 120 points from 81 to 85, but didn't play any defense. Their opponents averaged over 120 as well, playing right into the hands of Showtime, an absolute bucket fest in the 5-game series. The Lakers averaged the whopping 132.4 points, Denver 120 points in the conference finals, got blown out badly, playing right into the hands of Magic, averaged 15.5 assists. Brian Scott and Worthy both put up over 22 points, shot an insane 65 and 72% from the field. LA shot 57% for the series. English averaged over 30 points, but playing against the most talented team, LA closed out Game 5, scored 153 points. English and the Nuggets weren't as good after, got swept by the 87 Lakers in round 1, getting outscored 136 to 108 those 3 games. The 6'7" small forward was at the latter stages of his career in 88, still averaged 25 a game, lost to Dallas in the semis, made just only 1 conference finals appearance for his career, had a lot of scoring similarities to Carmelo Anthony. Another very good scorer, a super efficient one, Adrian Dantley, who doesn't get talked about much today. The 6-time All-Star could have been part of Showtime and win many titles, but one of the dumbest Laker decisions all time, trading him to Utah in 79 for Spencer Haywood, a guy who was coked out of his mind most of the time, lasted just 1 season with the Lakers. Before Malone and Stockton became relevant for Utah, Dantley averaged a spectacular 29.6 points, over 6 rebounds on 56% shooting in 7 seasons with Salt Lake City. On a very average team, only 2 postseason berths, quick exits, traded to the Pistons in summer 86, averaged 21.5 points. Him alongside Isaiah Thomas were neck and neck in scoring, playing meaningful basketball for the first time in his career, averaged 23.5 points on 58% shooting against Boston in the conference finals of 87. After going 10 of 15 in Game 5, it appeared the Bad Boys would go up 3-2 until Thomas mistakenly inbounded the ball too quickly. Larry Bird stole the ball for Dennis Johnson, the game-winning layup, a devastating defeat. His team ended up losing to Boston in a crushing 7-game series, made the finals in 88, but superstar Thomas wasn't 100%, losing Game 6 and 7 on the road. Traded to the Mavs in the middle of the 89 season from Mark Aguirre, the Bad Boys won their first title that same year. If he would have stayed with the Pistons, Dantley would have easily won a ring. Retired in 91, having a career average of 24.3 points, would become a future Hall of Famer. Ralph Sampson of the Houston Rockets, one of the most anticipated first overall picks in NBA history. Many believe the 7'4" big man could have went down as one of the greatest players all time. Having all the skills in the world for his size, Houston finished 14 and 68 to land him. The team stunk again to land Hakeem Olajuwon #1 the following year. After posting over 21 and 10 his first 2 seasons, Houston won 51 games. Nobody expected them to contend. The Twin Towers were a force down low, most notable for his incredible no-look shot to eliminate the Lakers in the conference finals. The highlight of his career, Sampson was absolutely no match for Bird Celtics. His 15 and 9 averages weren't enough. Bird, McHale, and Pat Parrish were simply too good. The injuries came after, with back and knee issues. Sampson never played a full season again, traded to Golden State, then Sacramento and Washington. The four-time All-Star was robbed of his prime. While Hakeem enjoyed 2 titles with the Rockets in '94 and '95, Sampson played his final game in '91, but would end up making the Hall of Fame. Rolando Blackman of the Dallas Mavericks, drafted 9th overall in the '81 draft, the 6'6" two-guard played 11 seasons with the franchise, made the playoffs between '84 and '88, also '90. 3 of those playoff losses came to the Lakers. Teammate Mark Aguirre eventually won a title with the '89 Pistons. Blackman put up 23 in the '84 semis, but Showtime smoked them in 5 games. 2 years later, the team added Derek Harper and Sam Perkins, but once again, no match for Kareem and Magic's Lakers. Fell in 6 games. Dallas narrowed the deficit to 3 in the final 31 seconds of Game 5. Needed a stop, but Jabbar sealed it with a clutch sky hook with 9 seconds left, put the Lakers off 5. Would easily closed out Game 6. 2 years later, the Mavs made their first ever conference finals appearance, knocked off the Rockets and Nuggets before a dirt showdown with Showtime. 6 of the 7 games were decided by double digits. Although Dallas took the Lakers to 7 games, none of their losses were even close. Blackman averaged just 16. Dallas fell apart afterwards. Blackman finished his career with the Knicks, only to get denied by Jordan and Hakeem in the 90s. The 4-time All-Star just could never get past the Lakers. Bernard King, a career derailed by injuries, played in 5 postseasons, only got out the first round in '84 after a classic series with the Pistons. King finished second in the MVP race behind Larry Bird. New York, being the 5th seed, gave Boston all they could handle. The 2 MVP candidates put on the show. Bird over 30 points, 10.5 rebounds, 7 assists on almost 60% shooting. Bernard 29, 5 and 3 on 55%. King poured in 44 in the Game 6 win to keep the series alive, but Game 7 on the road in Boston Garden was nearly impossible. Bird proved he was simply the better player. Finished with 39 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists. King 24 points. A fantastic season for the Knicks legend before injuries robbed him later on. Another victim to the great Larry Bird, Dominique Wilkins, spent 11.5 seasons with Atlanta, bumped into Bird's Celtics in the '86 semis, lost in 6. Bird outplayed Wilkins. 2 years later, Dominique brought his A game. At the height of his powers at 28 years old, Bird was still the better player, but the two were neck and neck, having a showdown for the history books. Both teams protected home court the first 4 games before Atlanta stole Game 5. While Bird appeared to be aging, Wilkins had 35. In Game 6, looking to close out, Hawks down 2. Teammate Cliff Livingston had a golden opportunity to tie it. Shot way off. Boston escaped with a 2-point win. On to Game 7. Neither superstar refused to go down. Bird had 20 of his 34 points in the 4th quarter. Wilkins 14 of his 47 the final period. Both literally exchanging basket for basket. At the end, Larry Legend proved who was number 1. Simply wouldn't be stopped. Unfortunately, that was Wilkins' only real chance at competing for a title. Never made it past the 2nd round. Honorable mentions includes the trio of former Sonics, Dale Ellis, Tom Chambers, and Xavier McDaniel. All 3 were All-Stars at some point of their careers. Chambers made 2 All-NBA teams, 4 All-Star teams. The 3 averaged between 23 to 24 points in the '87 season. Despite winning just 39 games, advanced to the conference finals, but swept by Showtime. These 3 guys have become very forgotten during the Magic Bird era. Once again, George Gervin, Artis Gilmore, Sidney Moncrief, Marcus Johnson, Bob Lanier, Alex English, Ralph Sampson, Adrian Dantley, Rolando Blackman, Bernard King, and Dominique Wilkins, all NBA greats who never won a title in the 80s, never getting past the greatness of Magic Johnson and Larry Bird's all-time teams. Thank you so much for watching this video. Which one of these players is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. I love all of you. See you next time.
Alright, y'all, that's it. Yeah, that's wild, man. Hey, Lakers and the Celtics is just too good, man. It's just the better teams. So they stopped a lot. See now, they stopped a lot of Oh, that's just crazy, man. They just Celtics and Lakers is just too good, man. Too good, too good, too good. Especially Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. Yeah, y'all wasn't getting past them, man. They wasn't getting past them. Some of them came close, but nah, they wasn't getting past them. But let me know what you think down in the comments, man. On to my next video, man. I deeply appreciate all of the support y'all been showing me. Y'all got some videos you want me to do, leave them down in the comments down below. And next video is definitely going to be a full game. So I'll break it up in parts. So definitely look out for that. If y'all got some full games y'all know y'all want me to do, just leave them down in the comments. But for now, I love y'all, man. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that like button. Turn on that bell, man. I'm uploading every single day. And I'm out. I'm on to the next video. Love y'all. Peace.